So the first thing you'll notice in the new version is, for starters, when the TARDIS is dematerialized, you'll actually be able to walk through it. Whereas before, and now, currently, you can't. And that's because of a bug. The doors don't fully dematerialize. When you shine your flashlight on them, you can still see them. They're transparent, but they're still there. Also, notice that the doors don't open unless you're looking up. That's my fault. Another bug that I forgot to fix. So, that's a tip for the current version. If you're having issues trying to open and close the door, look up, because there's an invisible button right there. So, also, the new Garrys mod engine, I'm not sure whether or not they have world portals. If it does, if the Source SDK engine does have world portals, or I can add them somehow, this will be trans-dimensional. This here will be here, like on top of this version. Should give us a better, bigger on the inside effect. And I know lots of people have been frustrated by the fact that it's not actually bigger on the inside. And I apologise for that, but what can you do? It's Gmod. There's no portals, there's no working way around it. It's just an illusion. And I state that in the description. You know, hopefully in the next version it will be up to scratch, and hopefully maybe world portals. And I will release a portal version. I have spoken to Pop Dude about it, and he's willing to let me release a portal version that does actually have that anyway. So regardless of whether it's for Gmod or not, we may see portals in the future. So far you've only seen this, and I'm a bit of a troll, and I'm sorry, but people are fine with that. But I'm not gonna troll you anymore. I want to show my fans, you know, I'm just gonna build the cube maps, just to give you a better idea of what it's gonna look like when it's finished, because there's no point showing off how awesome my map is if it's not actually anything like it's going to look like when it's done. So just give it a second. 8 cores working their ass off. There we go. So we've just walked into the TARDIS from outside, walked through a portal, if you can imagine a portal there instead of this behind the wall bullshit. Mind the language, sorry. You can't really see anything. Okay, the lights are off. Turn the lights on. So now we step back, and you may recognize this console room. What can I say other than this took a lot of work, and it is nowhere near done yet. The gridding under here will be gridded properly. There won't be any intersecting mesh or anything like that, and there will be pillars across from the original. You'll see, if you go back and watch one of the David Tennant episodes or the Christopher Eccleston episodes, you'll see pillars that run across, and gridded pillars, support beams, whatever. That's what these are supposed to be, but they don't really work. So I'm getting rid of them, and I'm going to do it properly. There will be lights under there like these, like there is in the show. Shit, I don't know what else to add. Just lots of patching up, lots of textures are mismatched, and lots of pillars go through, you know, through each other and stuff like that. The roof and the walls may not sound like it, it'll seem like it would take a lot of effort, but it took a lot of time and a lot of effort, and these pillars took even longer, and they're not even done yet either. So I mean, it's not much. It's, you know, got ropes going through the wall and that sort of thing, and mismatched textures and mismatched blocks and stuff, but you get the idea of what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm going to add some Cloister Bell effects, Matt Smith Cloister Bell effects, and I'm probably going to get a few complaints about mixing the sounds with different consoles and that sort of thing, but seriously, it sounds cool, and I'm just going to add it. Pretty much, that's the only change I've made so far. The is the same. Everything has not been changed. We have different entrances to the library and stuff, and this is all going to be fixed, obviously, just mismatched bloody work. Because these walls are so complicated, you have to understand with Source SDK that with the Half-Life 2 engine, you can only have so many walls, you can only have so many T-junctions or so many walls, so many planes. Each block is 4 planes, you can only have a couple of million planes, which sounds like a lot, but when you're on a map that's this big, you hit that limit pretty quickly. So what I've had to do is each section is a plane. Each section is a block. So this here is a block, this here is a block, this here is a block, because you can't have a curved, you know, the engine only works in lines, so you can't have a curved block. So you have to have blocks like an octagon. So to get around the fact of having thousands and thousands and thousands and possibly millions of planes wasted on just the room, this is actually one entire giant model. So blending models with blocks, like I've had to here, is very difficult, and it's going to take me quite a lot of time. Of course the console is a model as well. I mean, you can't imagine tiny little blocks like, you know, this pillar, and you can actually see the blocks in this. One there, one there, one there, one down there. So to get around having so many blocks, so many little planes, I mean, look at these roundels on the console there. To get around that, you have to make it a model, and there's just no way around that. And light reacts to models, you'll get less detailed light. It's actually not bad on the console, but when I was working on that, like over here, you just get irregularities which make it look a bit, I'm a bit pedantic, but the noises on the console will be toned down because I've had lots of complaints that the noise is too loud, the background hum is too loud, that sort of thing. Apart from that, everything, I intend on keeping a lot of things the same. I intend on changing a few of the rooms because I don't like how square a lot of the rooms are. I mean, the hallways, for example, sort of imagine a spacecraft from infinite future or wherever, or a different alien technology, wouldn't have square hallways, wouldn't have, you know, intersecting textures and shit like that. So I'm just going to go through, I'm going to delete a lot of rooms, probably going to delete these rooms too because they don't really get used. But I've field tested them. The idea was for role-playing servers would have the ability of having each player would get their own room and stuff like that. So I might get rid of them and rethink something to take their place. I don't know yet. It's a big job, and I don't intend on finishing it anytime soon. So if you think that it's going to be finished soon, I'm sorry to disappoint, because it's just not. But the original version's still there on Game & Honor. I was going to turn this room into an original console room. I made the original console. It's a replica Peter Davison console. The shape of it is anyway. It's nowhere near finished, but I'm thinking I might scrap this. Depending on what you guys think, that's what I need, your comments. What you guys think, I'm going to scrap this. I can only have one extra console room because of all the vertices and planes and whatever. So scrap this and turn it into the new Matt Smith console room, or keep this and delete some other rooms, make some new space, get rid of some planes, and have a third console room, which would be a lot of work. But ultimately, I'm not doing this because it's easy. If I was doing this because it was easy, I wouldn't have made a TARDIS infinitely bigger on the inside. Just lots of bugs to be fixed. We've had lots of people loving the crack in the cinema wall, but it's very nice. I do like it, but you can't really see it in this. There's not much else to say. Just lots of bug fixes and lots of little changes. I mean, making the hallways not feel so square, making the rooms not feel so square, maybe making them, I don't know, hexagonal rooms or something like that. Like the episode where Amy and Rory get trapped inside the TARDIS, and all the hallways are, I can't remember how many sides they have, but you get the point. They were pentagonal or something. They had corners on the top and hexagonal. Corners on the bottom, corners on the top, like round cylindrical hallways. I'm thinking I'm going to implement that into a lot of the rooms, into a lot of the hallways. Especially in here, the anti-gravity room, which is very square and pretty bland. So this is going to get a lot of work. The console's going to get a lot of work. I'm going to add a, depending on what you guys think, a new Matt Smith console room with a spitting circular top and everything, and if I do that, it's going to take a very long time, but ultimately pay off. Look out ropes across the hallway. What else was I going to say? Just spicing it up a bit, because it's a bit boring. I need help. I need you guys to come in and say what you think is boring about it, what I need to do. I love the library. I love this. But this isn't mine. That's the reason I love it so much, is because somebody else who knows how to map, who has done this before, who is brilliant with ideas and architecture, has come in and said, okay, we need, you know, all these different sides and this and that. This is not my work. This is fully Pulp Dude. This is 100% his pride and joy. So give him the credit for this, because this is a good room. And if I can make the other rooms look like this, or feel like this, I'll be a happy man. But I'll need your help to get some ideas for architecture, because I'm really not very good at designing anything. I watch a lot of grand designs, but I'm not Kevin McLeod. That's pretty much it. The TARDIS will still only travel to 2 places. There's nothing I can do about that, because if I try and add a 3rd place, I have to add an entire new world to the whole map, which would just be way too many props, way too many planes, way too many vertices, everything. I just wanted to show you the new console room pretty much, because lots of people have been asking me for an update, and well, there it is. But it's definitely subject to change, and it will change over the next however long it takes me. I'm not going to give you a date, because although my life is now pretty stable, I've said that before, so it'll be done when it's done. But if you poke me enough, I'll make another video of what I'm up to. So that's that. Thank you. If there's anything else, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you.